Wouldn't it be great if getting sober was as easy as upgrading your phone plan? Hi, everybody. Kevin Barheit here. Thanks for tuning in. So, over the holidays, we decided as a family maybe it would be a good idea to upgrade a couple of phones. My son needed a new phone. My wife's phone was pretty old. The plan itself was a little expensive, and we thought, let's go out and let's make some headway on this. So we did. We got on the phone with the vendor that we currently use, and we said, listen, you're our carrier, been with you in a long time. We'd like to make some changes here, upgrade some phones. What kind of a deal can you give us? They gave us a really good deal and said, listen, we've taken a lot of notes, put it in the system. If you want to, you can go down to your local store, check out the phones, make sure they're the ones you want. They can check out the notes here and they'll give you the same deal. So we got to the store all excited, checked out the phones. Those are the ones we want. Can you check the notes? We'd like to upgrade the phones and upgrade the plan for the deal that we were quoted. The notes weren't there. The deal wasn't available. We went home. I think you can understand that the rest of the story is going to go quite similar to what a lot of us have gone through. We made more phone calls. We went to another store. We made more phone calls from home. And eventually we'd spent about maybe 6 or 8 hours on this over a period of 4 or 5 days. And then today, Sunday morning, we decided after having coffee and chatting around the table that we'd head over to a different store at the mall about 25 minutes away from where we live. They opened at 11. We were there a few minutes before. And when they opened the door, a nice gentleman by the name of Steven answered us and said, come on in, I think I can help you. So the long story short is we upgraded a couple of phones, we changed our carrier, saved about $50 a month, got half price off on a bunch of accessories, but that's not what we're here to talk about today, is it? Because if we had made a different decision this morning, if instead of going to the mall and going to the store and waiting for it to open and talking to Steven, we had decided, let's not try to deal with this problem. Let's just see what happens. We'll maybe enjoy our phones as it is. Maybe we'll just pay a little more. That'll be fine. If we had done that, we would have missed the opportunity. But we did make that decision today. We made that decision, and that was all that we were really responsible for. We couldn't control who was going to be at the store. We couldn't control the costs. We couldn't even control who was going to help us or what kind of a deal they might give us. But what we were in control of today and what we were responsible for was making that decision. Making the decision to go and try again. To have some hope, to have some determination, to have some persistence, and to reach out our hand for help. And that's exactly what it looks like when we try to change our life for the better in other ways. Whether it be upgrading our phones, or finding a new job, or changing a relationship. And just the way that we found Steven to help us at the store today, same thing when I went to my first meetings. I listened to people in the rooms. I went to different meetings. I heard people share their experience, strength, and hope. Some of them sounded real good, but some of them really sounded humble, and some of them really sounded like they could help me. And that's how I found my sponsor. And that's how I found other people in my life, like a therapist that would help me, like maybe a spiritual advisor to guide me in other areas of my life. Each and every time that I decided, one more time I'm going to reach out and try to get some help. One more time, I'm going to see if there's some kind of an opportunity for me to grow, to change, and to find someone to help me on that path. Every time that I made that decision, I opened up a new door to new possibilities. Until I made that decision, none of those options were even on the table. And in each one of these cases, I wasn't responsible for the end result, but I was responsible for the effort. I wasn't responsible for how things were going to turn out. I was responsible for making the decision to try. The outcome, the results, in each one of these cases, even with the phone carrier today, it's in God's hands. It's in my higher power's hands. And that's where I want to keep it. Because I don't think that I can actually handle dealing with phone carriers without my higher power. I know that may sound silly, but that's exactly how I live my life today. Every challenge that I have in front of me, it goes so much better, so much smoother, and has the results that are so much more appropriate for me in my life if I turn it over to my higher power. If I trust that God will guide me, and I trust that my higher power will put people in front of me that will be the best people to guide me and to help me along the way. I sure am glad that my family has some new phones today, and I'm glad that we have a carrier that's going to help us save some money. I'm really glad and grateful that I'm clean and sober and have this recovery in my life. And I'm glad that you took the time to join me today. Please make sure you subscribe, make sure to like the video and share it with others. Hope to see you next week. Take care.